It's a beautiful foggy morning out here in San Francisco. We're here at SOCAP, one of the largest convenings, exploring the intersection of money and meaning really in the world. And today, this morning, it's really a pleasure and a privilege to be here with Jeffrey Hollender, who's the co-founder of Seventh Generation and the founder of Commonwise. Jeff, so where I wanted to start is just a little bit about your background, a little bit about your story. How did you step into the entrepreneurial track, and what was that spark that really elicited what you've been working on the past couple of years?
Sure. Well, I am somewhat of a serial entrepreneur.
Yep.
So I started a business when I was 14, but really when I was about 19.
Yeah.
I dropped out of college and started the Skills Exchange of Toronto, which the language didn't exist at the time, but it was a social enterprise. It was based on Ivan Illich's philosophy in a book he wrote called Deschooling Society, that institutions constrain the flow of knowledge and information rather than encourage them and widely make them accessible.
And so you're 19, you drop out of college, you work on this first project, and then what was the next project?
That was, in the 80s, and it was sort of a time where I would say I lost my way. And instead of teaching classes that had social value, I taught all the garbage you could possibly find. I was quite successful financially, but it was really not fulfilling.
Did you wake up one morning and did you feel a little bit differently about it, or what caused the shift then?
You know, I was on a show called The Phil Donahue Show, and I was being attacked by the audience for this course called How to Marry Money, and I said, what am I doing? You know, how did I get here? And wrote my first book called How to Make the World a Better Place, a Beginner's Guide, and that book was really my path of discovery to figuring out what I wanted to do with the rest of my life.
What was the core message, if you could boil it down, take that book into 2 or 3 sentences?
That there are unlimited opportunities to make a positive contribution, and we underrate the power and influence we have as individuals to make a difference.
You know, every entrepreneur goes through roller coasters, like no question, that's part of it. But what have been some of the dips, and what have you taken out of those?
You know, I think one of the challenges of being in this space is that you're always asking yourself the question. You know, you're always saying, at least I am, am I doing enough? Is there something more that I can do? Is this really going to make a difference? The problems that we're facing in this world are not going to be solved overnight. And they're going to be solved because people have a deep commitment that they work at for a long time.
It's always this paradoxical mix of persistence, patience, but also impatience, right? The need to get moving today.
You've got to be impatient and you've got to be unreasonable. There's no question about that.
What are you going to tell the next generation of entrepreneurs? How are they going to have to think a little bit more, maybe uncommon or differently?
Well, one thing that's for sure is they're going to have to work together better than my generation did. And you know what? No matter how smart you are and no matter how good or successful you are, you can't change the problems we're facing alone. We have to create a culture where we work together first and alone on our own things second. Because we can't deal with these things as individuals or individual businesses. So that is a real mind shift. So don't spend too much time trying to stop the future that's already unfolding, but play it like a game of billiards, which is, okay, global climate change is going to happen. How do we turn the bad stuff into good stuff that's better than we could have ever dreamed possible?
That's right. That's right. It makes something that seems powerless, you could be powerful in it. Well, thank you so much, Jeffrey.
Hey, my pleasure.
It was really a pleasure.
Good luck
and
to you.
Let's hang out again.
All right, anytime.